Liftoff will start in T-minus 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have ignition.
It's time! 17 seconds from Game 7 or from championship number 6. Jordan open. Chicago with the lead. Mike's got a piece of it. It comes off. The Chicago Bulls have won their 6th NBA championship.
Tying run at second, 2 out. Palmero over the head of Jenks. Uribe charges, throws, out! And the White Sox have won the World Series.
To the far side around the 8-yard line to Hester. Under it and to the middle with the 15 to the 20, breaks 3 to the 25 to the 30 to the outside. 40, midfield, 40, 30 to the coast, 20, 15, Hester 5. Oh! Touchdown!
Toward Bryant. He will glove it toward Rizzo. It's in time. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome to Shawn and Maya in the morning on this House Music Monday edition. I'm your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra. Thanks for tuning in. If you're watching us on Facebook Live, well, then I guess you found us on Facebook. And if you're not following us on Facebook, what? Come on, man. Go to Facebook, type in Sports Zone Chicago, click the like button, and now you're following Sports Zone Chicago. Simple. But wait, there's more. Go to the show's page. Go to Shawn and Maya in the morning, like that page as well. So not only will you be following Sports Zone Chicago, but you'll be following Shawn and Maya in the morning as well. If you're watching us on a YouTube channel, excellent. And if you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, for real, come on, man. Go to YouTube, type in Sports Zone Chicago, click the subscribe button. But also click the notification button. That's the little bell right next to it. And that'll let you know anytime a show from Sports Zone Chicago is going live. Get it? Got it? Good. Now, if you're watching this on our mobile app, come on, man. Don't tell me you didn't know we had a mobile app. Come on now, peoples. All my peoples. I'll tell you, you didn't know we had a mobile app, so here's what you do. Go to wherever you get your apps from. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where you get your apps from. It doesn't. All right, so you go there, you type in Sports Zone Chicago, you download it, you take us with you on the go. So not only do you get Shawn and Maya in the morning 3 days a week, and not only do you get our other live shows throughout the week, and not only are they archived there like they are on Facebook and YouTube, but I'll tell you what, we give you a slew, and I mean a slew of articles, thanks to my man Clarence Council III. Big up to Clarence for keeping you abreast of all articles Chicago sports related. Now, if you're watching this on a Roku channel, I like that kind of party, baby. If you don't know, you better ask somebody. Sports Zone Chicago, we have our own Roku channel. So if you have a Roku television in the house, do us a favor. Download Sports Zone Chicago's channel to your television. Do it just like that. Put it right there next to the big boys. Netflix, Hulu, Prime, Apple Plus, HBO Max, Disney. Put us right there next to the big boys. You can watch it on a big screen. Hell, run a big screen, right, Mickey, Vicky. Now, you can also tweet the show. You can tweet us at Sports Zone Shy. That's CHI at Sports Zone Shy. Now, if you want to follow me, just me personally online. You want to know what I did? Let me tell you what I did. I made it nice and easy for you folks. Nice and easy. One handle for Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok. All one handle at the Shawn Sierra. If you want to follow my lovely co-host, Maya Kai, you can follow her on Facebook and Twitter at the Sports Chica. If you want to follow her on Instagram because you're an IG and you do it just for the gram, we'll just follow her at Maya_Kai. It's MAYA_AKAI. And we got a great show, but I need you to get interactive. So listen, leave whatever platform you're watching us on, doesn't matter. Leave a question or comment on that platform. Okay, it'll come up here on the screen. It'll come up here in the thread. We'll put it up on the screen. We'll incorporate into the show. And that, my peoples, is what makes this the best Chicago morning sports talk show around. And that's you, baby. So bring them all. Questions, comments, smart-ass remarks, because you know how we do it over here. Ain't nobody scared over here. And like The Rock said, don't sing it. Just bring it. Man, let's see. Let's check Let me check the thread, see how we're doing here, because the thread seems to be jumping a little bit. Jumping. Let's see. Who's in first? Lavette Lee's in the house. She's in early. She says, Happy House Music Monday. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Yes, Happy House Music Monday. It's not a Bears victory Monday. It's been 5 weeks since I've worn my chain. I miss you, buddy. My Bears victory chain's right over there. It's to my right, but have not been able to wear it in a while. My man, Armando Emeterio Lara Jr. Man, Junior's in the house. What's up, Papa? That's funny. It says, get off my lawn, Shawn Monday instead of Victory Chain Monday. Yeah. Shorty, Mr. Shorty is in the house. He's checking in. I had no hope, but at least that was a good game. It was a good game, and there was a lot of things the Bears did right. It's just not enough to get over the hump. Sean Walls, I thought of you, Papa. We had some burpees this morning. Oh, my goodness. Did some burpees. I was like, son of a biscuit. Said, good morning on a House Music Monday, and Eber lose must go. Yeah, I hear you. Mr. Shorty says, can somebody please tell me why in the hell we cannot beat the Packers? I don't know, man. That is the $1 million question, Shorty. That is the $1 million question. Listen, I don't know about a lot, but I do know this. More of the users will chime in as the show goes on. You know what, man? Maybe we'll ask them as well, Shorty. Excuse me. We'll ask some of the other regulars on why we can't beat the Packers. You know, it's a frustrating situation for us as Bear fans. And we've got to do something. Cornelius Squall's checking in. What up, sports owners? He says, playing not to lose will bite you in the butt every time. Yeah, see, I don't know about that. See, everyone's talking about that. And that's my issue with, you know, everyone's saying, oh, you should have done this. And I'm like, I don't know if I'm in agreement with that. I really don't. I don't know if I'm in agreement with it, because there's something that happened and it's bothersome to me. There's something that happened and, you know, I feel, and everyone's talking about it. And here's why, and this is why you don't listen to people who've never played the game and or coached it. Yeah, I was wondering why did you go for another one? But you know what I saw? I'm like, wait a minute. I didn't like the run before. The run on first down. See, Roschon Johnson, they got some penetration. Roschon Johnson's not a type of guy who has great lateral movement, right? He can't jump stop, boom, and get it started again. DeAndre Swift is, but you had him in because he's a power back because you want to make sure he didn't fumble, get those tough yards. There's a lot of penetration that got in on first down, and one thing you probably didn't want to do was get tackled for loss. You didn't want to get a TFL. All right, you're at the 30. It was inside the 30-yard line. So it came out to like a 45-yard kick. Well within his range. You know, and so I understand why Eberflus said, no, we're going to let the clock run down. We're well in his range, and let's get it done. Now, a couple things. One, they blew the officials blew it. They blew a call. They blew a call on that end field goal that was bullshit. There was no leverage called. First of all, they knocked our center back. You can't touch the center. They ran into him, knocked him back on his ass, and they didn't call it. We're at home. We're not in Green Bay. We're at home. So I'm seeing this, and I'm like, how can you not call that? No, and everyone's saying that. You're like, Eberflus coach scared to death in the final seconds. No, he didn't. He didn't. So let me ask you guys a question. He hands it off. He hands that ball to Roschon Johnson again. He gets stuffed for -3. Now you're like, oh, now you're pissed. What if Roschon fumbles? You should have just kicked it after first down. Why'd you have it? You're in his range. Let's not be those guys. You got to understand, there's a flow to it. I thought Eberflus had a good game coaching yesterday. He threw a challenge flag when it needed to be thrown. When Jalen Johnson got burned, feet got tripped up and he fell. Christian Watson made a great catch. And he challenged the catch because it looked like he could have bobbled it, but he didn't. Actually, I think he did, but there wasn't enough evidence to overturn it. I thought Eberflus coached a good game. And you're talking, and I understand, you're talking about 5 more yards. You're well within his range. You're on the right hash, the left hash mark, which is where he likes it. And we're talking about Cairo Santos. And you're there. Why go for further? I get it. It was like, well, you get him closer. He's in his range. He's not the edge. He's not the edge of his range. He's smack dab in the middle of his range of field goals. And just because some of the Packers said, "Oh, we thought he's going to go," they're going to go for another one, and we thought they're going to go for another one and make the trajectory different. That doesn't mean jack shit. It doesn't, and that's bothersome because they're talking shit because they can. Okay, they can. They won the game, so the victors go to spoils. You can talk all the shit you want, and I can't. We can't do anything about it. But I was okay with it. And a lot of people weren't. And a lot of people are taking him to task about it. I'm like, look, man, it's easy to coach when you're sitting on the sidelines. Easy. That's why they're called armchair quarterbacks. Easy. But when you're in the middle of the game, that's a whole nother ball game. No pun intended. That's a whole nother scenario. What did we talk about last week? All of us have been in a position where we were under someone. No diddy. Where we weren't making the decisions, but the person who was in charge of us was making the decisions. And how easy it is for us to see what's wrong, what should have been done, what could have been done, right? We were talking about Thomas Brown. It's easy to see those, clear as day. But when you're in that seat making that decision, it's a little more difficult. And I think Eberflus did a good job. And trust me, I've been on Eberflus. You've heard me. I've been on him for his poor choices, his poor coaching decisions. But this one wasn't a poor coaching decision. You do not want to push him back to the edge. We didn't want to push Cairo Santos back to the edge of his range. He's smack dab in the middle of it, 45 yards. Boom. You don't want to make it 48 or 50. Now you're looking at something crazy. So you can sit there and you can second guess and you can say, I guess whatever you want. But I thought that was okay by Eberflus running the clock down. Joseph Archer checking in. What's up, Papa? How are you? Thank you for coming, checking on in with us, staying here. Appreciate you. Junior says, I noticed his first field goal was a low kick. Want to know something funny? I noticed this, and I got to tweet more. I don't tweet as much. And I got to tweet more, especially when I'm in the press box at the game and I'm watching pregame. He kicked a 53-yarder. All right, he kicked the 53-yarder in warm-ups. And I was like, that's awful low. Okay. That's awful low. Maybe it was windy and I couldn't see the flags. I didn't look, first of all, I didn't look at the top of the goalpost, but I couldn't see the flags up top around the stadium to see, okay, was he trying just to drive it through? But I did notice that his trajectory was low. And that's the same thing that Green Bay and film study, they said. King Booker World checking in. What's up, Papa? How are you? I appreciate it. Because peep this. A lady from, I think, Kaylin Kaler. I think she works for ESPN in Milwaukee or in Milwaukee. That she was in the Green Bay Packers locker room. She says, just talked to several players on the Packers field goal block unit. All of them said that they noticed that Cairo Santos kicked with a low trajectory when doing film study. They expected the Bears to run another play, which in their opinion would have made it more difficult to block. Okay. We don't know that. All right, he might have had the same trajectory. Yeah. Disagree. I would have run another play just like the Chargers did last night. Well, first of all, we don't have the guy who was in was explosive as a running back, and the penetration that the defense was getting was one that I understand why he decided to run it down. If your running back breaks it for a TD, then the kicker is a moot point. I agree with you. But if you would have had DeAndre Swift in there, maybe I could go along with that. But the biggest thing was the penetration that they were getting. Green Bay was getting off. Did you watch the play? We can show you the play. We can show you the play, and I'm at that particular point. I'm not worried about what I'm worried about. Where are we at here? No, here we go. Yeah, at that particular point, I'm worried about being stuffed. I'm worried about moving my kicker back. That's what I'm worried about. That's what I'm worried about. Do we do that? I don't know. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, that was that one. Okay. Yeah. Hold on. I'm looking at this. Here we go. Okay. You guys want to see it? We'll see it. Watch. Want to hear it? Here it goes.
In a position to succeed. Green Bay's out of timeouts. And one left here. So they could run it, try to advance the field goal 3 or 4 yards. A high percentage throw, maybe getting them out of the pocket. A little booth review. What do you think, Dean? I didn't even pay attention to that.
I thought it was clearly a catch. This is a good look. Hands underneath, has it the whole way. That's a catch.
Not even close. So they're looking at this to make it official, but that's pretty easy to see. Bottom line is right now, they are in Cairo Santos' field goal range. His long in warm-ups today was 56. In the game, he's got a 53-yarder. And right where they are now will be a 48-yard field goal. So it's certainly in his comfort zone. And looking down at the goalpost, there's not much wind.
Yeah, so thought is we can't go backwards. Okay, number one, we can't lose our.
There he's saying you can't go backwards. Now, if we're moving the ball, you can't go backwards.
To receiver, which is a very high percentage, low risk throw, or you could just hand it off. Hand it off.
Watch the left side of the line.
On Cairo Santos.
Watch the left side of the line on this particular play.
The ball a little bit further. Again, that requires a lot of trust in the quarterback to say we're not going backwards. Looks like kind of a run formation here.
The line up there. Watch this.
It is.
Boom. See how he's stop. He gets another yard. That is what I didn't want. I didn't want to happen.
Let this run all the way down if they like with their final timeout.
That's what I didn't want to happen. Is getting caught again. That's what you see. And I hear you guys, Jay. I hear all you guys like, okay, I would have liked 5 more yards, but when you're well in his range, you're good. And I get it. It's because the Packers. I get it because they get it. But in my opinion, that was the right move. Okay, that was the right move. Because trust me, you're making that decision, and you saw he got stuffed in the back where he got stopped. His feet stopped. His running feet stopped, especially down the backfield. And when I talked about his not having great lateral movement, you saw if that was DeAndre Swift could have got up and probably jump cut and then kept going, gained a few more yards. I'm with you. I can do that with DeAndre Swift. His lateral movement is much better than Johnson's. Okay. But that one I don't put on Eberflus. That particular decision, I see where you're coming from, and I'm okay with it. I'm more than okay with it. So you're saying you didn't have faith that the Bears all line could get the running back 2 yards. I hear you though. Not on that play. Not when they just almost stuffed you. And that was a great job for him bouncing off and getting a yard or maybe just past the line of scrimmage. And it's feel. You know what I mean? Like if that happens to you right before the play, you want to run it again. You're like, no. Now, if he would have busted it for 3 or 4 more yards or a nice clean 5-yard pickup, okay, I'll say run it again. But since that was the last taste in my mouth, no diddy. All right, was seeing him almost get stopped for a loss and having to scramble to just get back to the line of scrimmage? No. So, again, I've been very critical of Eberflus. I'm not critical of him on that particular call, in my opinion. All right. He kicked a 53-yarder. It's 45 yards. That's 8 yards. You know how much of a difference 8 yards is in field goals? Like he's well within his range. No, they didn't. Well, what they're doing, he likes it on the left hash. He likes it in the left hash. Carlos Santos. That's why. So that's why they stayed on the left. These are all things. And you guys should know this. You ask a kicker every single time, and this is done beginning, but they always ask you, where do you like it? Well, they know that in the beginning. Well, where do you want it? Once they tell them in the beginning of the season, what do you like your field goals? And it could change depending on the distance, but usually it's the same. I like this. I like it from the right hash. I like it in the middle. So once you understand he likes it in the left hash, you're setting him up, you're running to the left side. So that's why they didn't kick it in the middle. He also needed a fullback in the roster, for the love of God, would help the running game. Yeah, too bad you don't have a fullback. Oh, you did, and you cut him. That's where a fullback would have come in. I agree with you completely, Jason. Completely. That's where a Kari Blasting game comes in. Or if you want to do it, hell, put Doug Kramer his ass back there. Put his ass back there. They know you're running. Mr. Shorty, 0-11 versus Matt LaFleur. I agree. That sucks. That sucks. That sucks. Lack of a fullback on the roster is on polls. Yeah, they cut Kari Blasting game, and he wasn't healthy, but still get a fullback on there. And I like Kari Blasting game's game. Kari Blasting game's game. I like his skill set, but he was hurt a lot. There's been a resurgence of the running back position in the NFL. And with that, I hope there comes a resurgence in the fullback position as well. Because not every team has a fullback. They have a U-back, a H-back, kind of like a tight end who they use for blocking. Yeah. King Booker World says, Love sucks as a quarterback. I'm sorry. People love to glaze this dude. He throws the luckiest shit I've ever seen. Yeah, he's not very. He's more than happy to give the ball away. More than happy to give it away. That's going to cost him. That's going to cost this team if they make the playoffs. That's going to cost this team. That team. Not us. That's going to cost that team. But one of the things that here's, and let's not, everyone get off Matt LaFleur's jock too. All right? Because he called a shitty game. He called a shitty game. Here's why. Michelle Wall says, love is turnover prone. When you have the Bears' top run stuffer out, and Andrew Billings, why aren't you running at the replacement? Why aren't you coming downhill with a guy who runs downhill and Josh Jacobs? Why are you running outside zone? Why are you stretching it? Why are you allowing the Bears to use their advantage, their speed, getting to the corner, getting to the sideline? Why are you allowing the Bears to do that? That was a horseshit game plan by the Packers. And when they kept running sideline, I was telling, I was sitting next to a guy named Chris. I can't remember his last name. But he's a digital guy for Fox 32. Oh, courtesy of. Funny. He works for Fox. And we were talking. I'm like, dude, they're not. I said, they're not. I said, why do they keep running laterally? I said, they're allowing us to use our speed to chase Josh Jacobs down. I said, they're allowing us that ability. I mean, Josh Jacobs, what do you have? 18 for 76. That's it. And you only ran the ball 21 times. Josh Jacobs had 18. I mean, Jordan Love ran 4 times. I don't know if I really count that. 4 for 18. Wilson, 2 for 17. And Jaden Reed, 1 for -5. So you ran the ball 20-ish times. What the hell? That's piss poor on Green Bay's part. That's piss poor on Green Bay's part, and they got away with it. That's the problem. When they run the ball 20 times, when you got Josh Jacobs back there, and I get it. Man, that game moved fast. That game moved fast. But their inability to exploit the backup nose guard and run at him was a problem. Maybe, I don't know. Here's where you get a play caller wanting to be too cute, be the smartest guy in the room. You know what our weakness is? Our run stuffer's gone. Run at the guy who's the replacement. It's common sense. But no, let me do something else. Let me try this. Let me outsmart them. And you lucked out. They lucked out. But that was a bad play design, bad game plan by the Packers. Horrible game plan by the Packers. Cooking Book of World says, also, LaFleur's a damn crybaby. Yeah, he is. He is. Yeah. Yeah. I agree. Listen. We're going to take a quick break. On the other side of the break, all right, we are going to get to our top of the morning topics. I was just annoyed with some of that shit. I was annoyed, and it's a game, and this is the second game this year. You talk about ruining a quarterback confidence. This is the second game this year. Never noticed that until yesterday. Notice what, King Book World? Notice what? But it's the second game this year that you stopped Caleb from coming back to win from a game-winning drive. Second game. The Hail Mary, when you gave him that 13 yards and allowed Jaden Daniels to reach the end zone, or right in front of the end zone, that 13 yards wouldn't have helped? Come on, man. And yesterday. That would have been 2 game-winning drives. 1 game-winning drive with a touchdown, 1 game-winning drive with a field goal for the game-winning field goal. These are successes that you can't take away from rookies. Rookies need as much success as possible, as soon as possible. And you get 2 games, and this guy's shown he's not afraid to win. You saw the great escapability. The one 3rd and 19. Dude, I almost had him. He pulled the Randall Cunningham, bent, ducked down. Dude missed him, got out, sees Rome, fires it across for 16, 4th and 3. Then he throws a fade, a back shoulder to Rome on the next play. Cajones. That dude's got some stones. and let him play. Let him play that way. Frustrating. Anyway, keep it locked right here. Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago.
Many will hear the calling. Few will earn the title. United States Marine. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Hey, it's your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra, and be sure to follow Sports Zone Chicago on all social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, and our Roku channel. You can find us at Sports Zone Chicago, and on Twitter, we are at Sports Zone Shy. Also, be sure to download our mobile app so you can take Sports Zone Chicago with you on the go.
How do you take care of your mind health?
For my mental health, I meditate in the mornings.
I have my dogs. They're the best.
I just find ways that help me just relax.
Finding things that make me happy, like being close to my family.
I meditate a lot and read books.
I have hobbies outside of the game. I'm able to switch off. I'm able to turn my brain off from the game of basketball.
Your mind health matters.
Your mind health matters.
We are looking for a few heroes, mentors, trailblazers, innovators, a passion to change lives, spark curiosity, open hearts, and awaken minds, help students answer the question, who am I? This could be your calling, but this is no job. It's the journey of a lifetime. Be a hero. Be a teacher.
Mental health and learning disorders don't discriminate. 17 million children and adolescents in the United States live with disorders like anxiety, depression, ADHD, and dyslexia. Less than half get the help they need to thrive. Help the Child Mind Institute change these children's lives. Visit childmind.org.
Williams in trouble, gets that out of one sack, running for his life, throws. Oh, it's a big catch. Not there yet, but it'll be a fourth and manageable. It's a Doomsday.
Wow, what a play. Extending that to a Doomsday and obviously play the game right here. See if they can get a rush, the Packers. Looks like man-to-man coverage.
4th and 3, game on the line. Williams lofted one for a Doomsday. He caught it! He caught it! First down!
A lot of time here. One-on-one to a Doomsday. Throws it to his back hip.
Welcome back to Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago. That clip courtesy of Fox. That looked like the game-winning drive. Looked like the game-winning drive. That was tough. Gee, wow. That was tough. That was tough. And man. Off the dub is in the house. Good morning, Papa. He said, I love the way Caleb played at the end of the game, making the needed third down conversion to put us in a position to win the game. Yes. Yes. And Mr. Yet he was denied again. Yeah, he was. He was. But I'll tell you what, if you're talking about the most important thing this season is Caleb's development, you're getting that development. Okay? You're getting that development. All right? This is the second time. The second time, as I said, he led a game-winning drive. All right? Stuff beyond his control. He can't control the defense. He can't control the interior of the line. He can't control the officials who blew the call because you cannot hit the center. And they ran over our center. Ran over him. But I digress. You know what? Let's get right to it. You know how we do, folks. The first segment of every show is called Top of the Morning.
He won't come just when you want it.
Top of the morning to you. Top of the morning to you. Top of the morning to you.
The first top of the morning topic, there's only one place to start. Let's get her done. The Bears lose to the Packers 20-19 on the lakefront. Man, that was a tough loss. Caleb Williams, 23 of 31 for 231 yards. No tutties, no picks, with a 95.0 rating. He also carried the ball 9 times for 70 yards. DeAndre Swift, 14 carries, 71 yards, and a touchdown. And his touchdown run was sweet. Roshan, 10 carries, 33 yards, and a touchdown. Obadunze, 6 catches, 65 yards. DJ Moore, 7 catches for 62 yards. Although it wasn't enough. As we fell to the Packers for the 11th consecutive time. There's no one on this roster, current Chicago Bears roster, that has beaten the Packers. No one. Frustrating, to say the least. Next top of the morning topic, the Bulls. Way to go, guys. The Bulls get blown out by the Houston Rockets 143 to 107. What? They were down by 40 at one point. Are you kidding me? Zach LaVine led the way with 15 points and 5 rebounds. Vucevic, 9 points, 6 rebounds. Josh Giddey, 9 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists. And Talen Horton-Tucker, Chicago's own, pride of Simeon, 12 points, 4 rebounds. Bulls have a big victory. No, they lost to Cleveland the other day. Last week they had a nice victory. And then they come out and they play like crap. Their focus. That's what it is focus. And it's tough to understand because you don't have very many young guys. I mean, I shouldn't say young, inexperienced. They're all young. But inexperienced guys. Like Kobe's probably like 24 now. Seems like he's been in the league for 10 years. But Kobe's young. Patrick Will's young. Ayo, a little older because he went to 3 years of college. Josh Giddey's 23, 24. Zach's like one of the elder statesmen. He's at 30. Then you have a bunch of guys in, the second team. There should be enough veteran leadership. There should be to stop this from happening. But see, here's the problem. when you come from a championship organization, you understand these pitfalls. There's no one on the Bulls who's come from a championship, or no players who come from a championship organization. You know, you got to have player accountability. We hear that word tossed around Lake Forest all the time, accountability. But it doesn't start with the coach. It starts with your teammates. When your teammates say, hey, we can't do this. We have to do something. We have to be better. Great teams are led by the players. Under the influence of the coach, let's not get it twisted. But when you have the great teams I played on, the great teams I coached, coaches didn't have to do a lot. It was the players. The players policed the locker room. The players got on each other when they weren't doing their assignments. In no uncertain terms. No uncertain terms. Let's see who else. Oh, snap. James Ford checking in. What's up, Papa? How are you? Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. Well, let's keep it going. The next top of the morning topic. After that, the Bulls. They're in Motown tonight to face the Detroit Pistons. Excuse me. It's at 6 p.m. Central. You can catch that game on Chicago Sports Network if you have it. Or you can listen to it on their flagship station, 670 a.m. 670 a.m. There goes the warden. I don't know if you heard that. Jason says, last 6 weeks, Caleb, 61% completion, 7 tutties, 1 pick, 1,155 yards. Jaden Daniels, 60% completion, 7 tutties, 2 picks, 1,435 yards. Williams is not a bust. His team needs to win more games. Yeah, I agree. But you can't just look at the numbers, though. You can't just look at the numbers. But if you just want to compare, I mean, part of Jaden's success was the Hail Mary. Part of the reason why everyone's saying, oh, my God, Jaden's this. And then Jaden had a good couple games to begin with. And there was nothing, and part of that, let's not forget. And I'm not saying that he's much better than Caleb. I think he's better right now. I don't know for how much longer. Part of it is they started off well. That's the issue. Remember, they started off well. Washington started off really well. And his completion percentage was high, almost 70 to 80% in there for a rookie with a rookie play caller, a rookie NFL. No, I can't say Cliff Community rookie because he hosts the Arizona Cardinals. A rookie quarterback, a top 5 quarterback, number 2 overall pick. And he was avoiding the rookie pitfalls that happen to all rookies. It happened to the Chicago's rookie. Then he had the Hail Mary. He would run. We weren't getting, and there wasn't any expectations for Washington. Remember, Washington was everyone thought they were a joke. They were a win, automatic win. And they said, hold my beer. But no, Caleb is not a bust. He's got to get out of his head sometimes. But when you see, like we've seen it, and one day I'll try and go back and look and see. He's led a lot of drives at the half for scores, whether field goal or touchdowns. That's important. Your ability to move a team at the end of a half or the game into scoring position, whether it's for a field goal or actually score a touchdown, is huge. Now, I don't know how much. Here's the thing. I don't know how much. Excuse me. How much of that has to do with the talent he has around him? Okay? That makes a difference. But it's neither here nor there. He's got the talent. He's doing it. Off the Dove says, why do Chicago teams have such a problem firing the head coaches? We need head coaching changes everywhere. Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. Shorty says, we had Harbaugh in our Gricken crosshairs. Yeah. This is a great comment, King Booker World. He says, none of the QBs are busts or generational. They are rookies, and I blame the media for a lot of this BS narrative. I agree with you. That could probably be one of the best comments we've had in a long time. Yeah. They don't suck, but they're not world beaters. They don't revolutionize the game. They aren't generational. But they can be good. They can be great. You can be a great quarterback and not be generational. So just because people come off, because I say Caleb's not generational, people want to come at me, which I don't care because I really don't care. But you ask them, are there great quarterbacks? So every great quarterback generational? No. Would you settle for Caleb to be great? Yes. So if he's great and not generational, would you want to give him back? Well, he's generational. No, he's not. But it doesn't stop the fact that he has a very, very high ceiling. I don't think Josh Allen is generational. He's a great quarterback. I don't think Brock Purdy is generational. It's a great quarterback. You can be a great quarterback and not be generational. It's okay. It's okay. But when you hype a kid up, he's the best prospect this. He's generational. He's the best prospect in 30 years, the best prospect to ever play the position. You set him up to fail. You set him up to fail. Because if he's just great and not generational, well, he has not lived up to your expectations, to all the hype surrounding him. Remember I said this year, let's be where our feet are at. Let's enjoy the ride. Let's stop criticizing all the things he does wrong. Let's stop glorifying all the things he does right. He can throw on the run. A lot of people can. Most quarterbacks can. He's got a cannon. A lot of quarterbacks have a cannon. So what he did yesterday, let's not act like that's the first time you've seen a quarterback lead a team down into the field goal range. Let's not act like it. He's doing good things early. He's doing good things early. And that's what I'm happy about. Although I wasn't as happy with him being very nonchalant in the press conference yesterday. The post-game presser, I was like, yeah, I need a little more passion out of you, kid. I think I don't think he understands the rivalry because it's his first game, but he'll get it. He'll get it. He's like, no. Yeah, we it didn't come down to it. I need more passion out of you. We've got to know that it means a lot to you that you lost to the Packers. And truth be told, the Packers aren't even the best team in the division. They're third. It's just a rivalry. Now we got the second place in Sunday. And then we have the first place team we're traveling to on Thanksgiving. But I want to see more passion from him. You know, this kid's learning at a good rate. And I'm happy for him. look what we got coming in around the NFL. Detroit rolled yesterday, 52-6. 52-6. They ain't playing. They are pissed. They are not a one-year wonder. Their 46 points was the largest margin of victory in the history of that franchise. Jacksonville sucks. I get it. They had 645 yards of offense. 645 yards of offense. 449 passing, 196 rushing. Jaguars had 170 total. The Lions had more rushing yardage than the Jaguars had total yardage. 38 first downs, 6 for 10 on third down conversion. That's a 60% clip for all you who didn't pay attention in math or skipped math class. And the Jags were 2 for 10. I'm sorry, the Jags 10 first downs, 2 for 10 on third down, 20% clip. Not good. And the time of possession was literally 2-1. 39:06 to 20:54. Almost doubled them in time of possession. Detroit ain't no punk. Detroit ain't no punk. We got our next opponent Sunday, Minnesota Vikings. They beat the Tennessee Titans 23-13. Sam Darnold. In the first drive, third offensive play. Third offense, lost a fumble. So what does he do? He goes on to throw 246 yards, 2 tutties, and ran for another one as they beat the Titans. King Booker World, I agree with you. I think they're beatable. But let's not forget they are ahead of us. And this is what I need Eberflus to instill in this team. We respect, we don't fear. There's an old saying, respect all, fear none. Respect all, fear none. Respect what they can do. You're going up against Brian Flores, one of the best defensive coordinators in the game. So you better put some respect on his name. Respect. Period. With a lot of blitzes. He's going to put a lot of pressure on Caleb. And Caleb is going to have to respond. But what do? You run against this team. DeAndre Smith, 14 carries. Roshan Johnson, 10. That's 24 times you carry the ball. No. It's got to start at 30. With this Bears team, it has to start at 30 carries, 30 rushes per game, minimum. That's the floor. That's the least acceptable amount that we can have. And I'll give you the side eye if you're only getting at 30. We got to be 34, 35, 36 rushes. This tour off and the offensive line's got to do a much better job. I don't understand why we're having so many problems getting up to the next level, picking off linebackers. especially when you're double teaming to the second level. How the hell can you not double team, let one man get control, and then you go on to the linebacker, to the next level? I don't get it. Oh, I see what you're saying, Cornelius. Yeah, Alex Anzalone broke his left forearm. He'll be out 6 to 8. That's the rest of the season, homie. That's the rest of the season. I don't. So now you got one of their guys, Chad Hutchinson, out on the front line, on the first line of defense. And you got Anzalone on the second line of defense. But they have a powerful offense. That's the issue. The powerful offense that they have is going to allow them to kind of weather the storm with those guys out. But I'll tell you what, they should show. In tough games coming up, it should show. No pass rush from Hutchinson. Anzalone not running people down, running sideline to sideline, making tackles. That should show. That should. Listen, let's take another break. On the other side, we'll come back. We'll have more Bears talk. All right, so don't go anywhere, folks. Keep it locked right here. Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago.
Hey, it's your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra, and be sure to follow Sports Zone Chicago on all social media platforms, on Facebook, Instagram, and our Roku channel. You can find us at Sports Zone Chicago, and on Twitter, we are at Sports Zone Shy. Also, be sure to download our mobile app so you can take Sports Zone Chicago with you on the go.
Time out. How are you feeling right now? Happy? Excited? Angry? Overwhelmed? One of the best things you can do for your mind health is to name what you're feeling. It can sharpen your awareness and help you talk about your feelings with someone you trust. Here are 3 questions to ask yourself. Where are your thoughts right now? In the past, the present, the future? Do you notice any sensations in your body? Is your heart beating fast? Is there a flutter in your stomach? Or are you fully relaxed? What do you need right now? Time with others? Time to yourself? Remember, there's power in this awareness. So find ways to identify what you're feeling today.
Hi, guys. Hey. Hi, Megan. Hey, Jessica. Megan, you're a tramp. Brian Fitch told me you guys made out. Everybody knows. He said your breath smells like garbage. And he almost puked. He says you're the most desperate girl he knows, besides your mom. How many boyfriends does she have anyway? Lots? Your makeup makes you look like a clown. That zit is huge, zit face.
Hey, bud, what you doing?
I'm playing with cars.
Cars? Can you show me what a car does? Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on a second. First of all, this is a school zone. So you need to put down your cell phone, stop texting, and let's get to driving. Now you're coming up to a stop sign, right? You need to slow down and stop before you hit that Y line. I want you to look left, right, left. You don't want to get hit by a car going on your left, and to your right to make sure you don't get sideswiped by a guy coming from your right. You're coming, and you see a crosswalk. You better slow your horses down, because the #1 rule of driving is always yield to pedestrians. Now stop, pull over, and you are done driving. Gosh, what do they teach you kids in school nowadays?
3 great plays, played with rhythm. They overcame some things today, Kev, that they just have not done a good job of in the last 3 weeks. On Santos, who is a great kicker, only missed 2 this year, but you need a smooth operation. We saw what happened in the Kansas City game, Denver game. Can't take anything for granted.
Here we go, 46 yards for the win. And it's blocked! Oh my goodness, the Packers block it, and they're gonna win! Green Bay survives. And heartbreak for Caleb Williams.
Wow. Brooks, 94, with the penetration right through the A gap between the guard and the center. Gets his left hand up. The kick's a little low. And that fingertip is all you need from this distance. Just said you can't take any of it for granted. And they did everything they could to get into that. And it is absolutely heartbreaking for the Bears.
Well, welcome back to Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago. That was it. Those clips courtesy of Fox 32. That was it. That was it. That was it. If you saw on that play, if you looked at the center gets blown up. Can't touch the center on the snap. 94 goes, runs him over. Man. You know, Brandon Schutz checking in. What's up, Papa? How are you? He says, I missed the Bears game. Good morning. You didn't see it there? Yeah. So here. Here's where look at 75 on the right is Larry Bourne getting blown up, and to his left is 44, the center. 44, look at 93 going right over him. You see it? Here, let's watch this. This is a perfect angle. All right, the slow motion. Watch this.
With the penetration right through the A
Boom.
gap
See how he runs over
in the center. Gets his left hand up. The kicks
94 and 93 hits 44 the center.
That fingertip is all you need from this distance. Just said you can't take any of it for granted. And they did everything they could to get into that.
Yep. See that?
And it is absolutely.
That is exactly what they missed. 2 guys, not just 1, 2. Cornelius Squalls, how do you not get that call at home? Question. Especially when you had that call against the Bears in previous weeks, the leverage. Come on, man. Do you see it? Love is flexible. He didn't win the game. The Bears lost it. Yeah. Yeah. A couple things. You know, I heard a couple people think that because they go out and they yell. That their point is valid. People think, oh, it's a passion. But if you're yelling and you're wrong, you just sound like a fool. There are a lot of people who are yelling at and ranting at Eberflus yesterday all over social media because he didn't go for that. He didn't go for an extra play. But what I showed you, okay, it's a different story when it's in the heat of the game. You want to get the ball, another run, but the run you just had was almost stopped for a loss. And the last thing you want to do is push your kicker back. You're well within his range. To push him back 3 to 5 yards, not exactly what you want. You heard Tom Brady, you can't go back. You cannot go back. And that first down run to Roschon Johnson almost went back. He barely got to the line of scrimmage, maybe just crossed it. You don't want to take that chance again. They were getting penetration. And it's frustrating when people go off and they call them cowards and they call them this and, a lot of people. And I'm like, you've never been in a situation like that. And that's the frustrating part. And I get it. You're a Bears fan. We're Bears fans. We're passionate. We lost 11. We were at 10 in a row. We didn't want it to be 11. But I believe that was a good coaching call. Junior says, I did too. I still think he could have. He could have. He could have. He could have run another play. But you're literally just coming off the play before where he almost gets stuffed for a loss. But Shawn, you're right. It is Caleb Williams' birthday today. Yep, it is. That's why you're like, no. We don't. If that happened to you, remember that play call. It's different. But it's so funny how people go out and they start calling. And when people call people stuff like that, when you've never been in that situation, I would have done this. I would have done it. Like, stop. Stop yelling for situations you have no idea about being in. Like I said, if they had run that play, first down, and Roschon got a nice clean 3 or 4 yards, I say, okay, run it again. But he didn't. He didn't. And that's the issue. He didn't get a nice clean 3 or 4 yards. He almost got stopped for a loss. And the one thing you cannot do is go back. So what if he does get stopped for a loss? Come on now, people. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. It's Green Bay. We hate Green Bay. I hated seeing all those inbred hillbilly Mother Hubbards up there with their stupid green and yellow striped overalls and a cheesehead block on their head. Walking around holding their cousin's hand, kissing their cousin or their sister or their brother. I hated it. But I don't think it was the wrong move by Eberflus. I said earlier, I think Eberflus had a good game yesterday. I think he had a first game, a good game yesterday. So you might not like it, but I think it was the right call. The one thing that I'm still not seeing that I was a little annoyed with, I'm not seeing any quick passes, any slants. I'm not seeing slants. If you watch on, here's one of the things that I really liked about Caleb. He's getting the ball out quickly. He's getting the ball quickly. All right. It's 1, 2. Remember I said I want 1, 2, 3, throw. 1, 2, 3, bounce and throw. If you looked at that last play, to a last pass to Odunze. The last pass to Odunze, you watch he is in rhythm. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful rhythm. And you're like, wow, what a play. And that's how it's supposed to go. But so oftentimes he's not in rhythm. He's waiting. Remember we talked and his drops. Tough ones. Here, let's watch this. Watch his drop. This is you see, 4th and 3. It's 1, 2, 3, ball's out.
See if they can get a rush, the Packers. Looks like man-to-man coverage.
4th and 3, game on the line. Williams lofted one for a dude. He caught it!
Go back to it again. Watch this. 1, 2, 3, plant, a bounce, throw, catch. See how in sync that was? See how smooth that was? That's how most of his throws need to be. More of his throws need to be. 1, 2, 3, bounce, throw, ball's out. Just like that. Just like that. And you have to, and this is what they need to do. And watch the next one. 1st and 10. This is the one to Keenan Allen. All right, watch this one with Keenan Allen. Watch his footwork. Chicago, we know about footwork.
Don't want to waste too much time here.
Watch his footwork. And when it comes out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bounce. Throw. Whoop, there it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bounce. Throw.
44 seconds left.
You have a lot of patience. Again, you've got a rookie quarterback. The first situation.
Okay. Perfect. On those routes, the drop was married to the routes. If you see, even he had to hurry up a little bit. His 4th and 5th step were like beep, beep, real quick. Like that would have been a good three-step drop, but he was trying to get back. I'm not sure. Actually, let me not speak. I'm not sure exactly what he's doing, but his 4th and 5th step were quick to maintain the timing. Maybe because there was pressure too. So, my man Plank checking in the house. He says, "Good morning, Shawn. Sports owners. I'm at the doc's office for the annual checkup. I'll catch this later. Bear down. Good. Hope you get a prostate checked. Healthy. Stay healthy." Man, Roberto Ramirez is in the house. What's up, Papa? Say good morning, people. My peoples. All the peoples. See, there's so many good things yesterday, and it's unfortunate that we lost. But there was a lot of good stuff. And I'll tell you what, I believe we have an offensive coordinator. I liked him from the press conference. He hasn't lost a press conference yet. I liked his demeanor. I like his aura. I like the fact that he commands a room. I like it. And he did a lot of what he said he was going to do, run the ball. Although I would have liked for him to run it more. Get the ball out of Caleb's hands quickly. He did that. Although there were still some times where Caleb, a couple of sacks, man, that pressure, that offensive line. And what did you say, Roberto? I think you hit it right in the head. Matt Pryor's useless. Man, he was getting his ass handed to him. It's tough. It's tough. Junior making up stories. Says, I remember when we were going down the field and you fumbled at the goal line. We lost with no time left on the clock. Yeah, that didn't happen. That didn't happen. But you're watching Caleb, and the one thing that I talked about, and I think this is what Thomas Brown understands, is let Caleb be Caleb. Let him do what got him, within reason, what got him to win the Heisman at USC. Be the number 1 overall pick. Let him play. Let him take some chances. You know, your coach him not to turn the ball over, and that's great. Just 3 games in a row, no interceptions, perfect. But you're taming him. You're taming him. And I would like for them to throw the ball. When you throw the ball, push it. Push the ball downfield. I like that. I'd like that a little more. Trust me, I want the short game. And I know you're like, but you said you want the short, you want hitches. I do want hitches. I do want hitches. I do want slants. I do want quick ins. I do want 5 and I want those short passes, but I also need to push that shit downfield too. Maybe we'll see it this week. I don't know. But let him be. Let him do what got him to this point. So you remember I talked about offensive coordinators got to be the smartest guy in the room, right? You love his talent, right? But you also have to understand what got him here. You're asking him to change who he is. You're asking him who to change who he is. Stop being so aggressive. Some might say borderline reckless. If you have great expectations for this guy, you cannot put restrictions on this guy. He's going to throw interceptions. He's going to be great if you let him be. And part of letting him be that is throwing interceptions. If you're saying that the most important thing this year is Caleb's development, then you got to let him throw that ball after you run it. After you establish the pass, after you establish the run. Let him push it downfield. I know it sounds like a contradiction that let him throw the ball, but run it. No, let him establish the run. And when we throw the ball, let's not always throw slants. First of all, we got to throw slants. But the back shoulder throw to Dunze yesterday, beautiful. That quick out to Keenan, beautiful. But I want more than that. Cornelius, yes. This is Caleb does have to improve his long passing. When he needs to put air under it, he doesn't. And when he needs to zip it, he has too much air. Yes. Yes, I agree. That's what I was complaining about last couple of weeks with him. You know, it was I want to say reel it in. There's certain people, and this is where a good coach comes in, good teachers come in. Like, you gotta let them be them. Let them be themselves. Do what got them what they're comfortable with. And then you kind of, when they gain some confidence or when they screw up, you say, okay, now here's why I didn't want you to do that. But when you put reins on people initially, especially free spirits like Caleb is, when you put reins on them, it's going to frustrate them. You saw at the most critical time, the craziest time, that's when Caleb does well because he's used to being crazy. He's used to running around and hitting people on the run and throwing receivers open and hitting them on a dime when he's running and scrambling. He's used to that. So let him play wild and free like that. And then when it doesn't work, say, hey, look, I need you to try this. So now you haven't negated or told him, hey, your stuff doesn't work. You're saying your stuff does work, but now try it a little differently. Because he's going to have to fail for you to get your point across as an offensive coordinator. He's going to have to fail. The only way he's going to fail is going to have him to do his shit his way. And when he fails, like, okay, now try it my way. That's how this kid is. That's how a lot of youngsters are. Off the dub says, what about the first time in a long time the power sweep worked to the left? Broke, Swift, free for the touchdown. Beautiful. All I got to say is, I wish I had that. Son of a biscuit. Son of a biscuit. I'll try and find it as we're talking. My God. That block by Braxton Jones. What in the hell was that? Dude, he flipped on. Dude, oh boy, he flipped, oh boy. He flipped him. That was an unbelievable. That was believable. That was an awesome block. You know, we got a little here. We got a little thing from DJ Moore when I was in the locker room. I got some video from him. I got two of them. So let's play it. And this is from me yesterday in the locker room.
We did and on SuperBack. I mean, there's a lot of positives out there. Just so happened that Cairo got his kick block today. And, I mean, we went back Cairo, but we could have did more. Tonight, we put him in that situation.
I mean, kind of building off the question, what did you think of how the game was called with Thomas Brown's first game as coordinator?
I thought Thomas did a great job, honestly. You know, I thought he put us in position to have success, and the whole coaching staff as a whole, through preparation this week, you know, felt good. You know, it was a good. They executed, you know, well on the game plan for 4 quarters. So I appreciate Thomas Brown and the offensive staff. We got Cairo back, you know, 100%. You know, and that's how it goes. You know, sometimes you know things don't go to plan, and at the end of the day, we all have mistakes out there on that field. You know, sometimes it comes down to one play, but at the end of the day, it never really comes down to one play. You know, it's a collection of things going on. So I have my fair share of mistakes out there, and so did we all. So we got Cairo's back 100%.
How encouraging was it to have the progress that you guys had even the
That's Matt Pryor.
You know, like I said, you know, obviously
there's your useless guy.
Starting fast the season, and to be able to go out there against a real good team and be able to get into a rhythm sooner than later. You know, so it's a lot of you know, positive momentum for us, and you know, we just got.
There's your useless guy, Roberto.
What was the difference? Was it play calling, getting called in quicker, or why were you guys moving so well in the opening drive?
I think TB just did a good job of, you know, getting the ball to our playmakers and mixing it up.
That was me asking the question.
Of the game, and you know, allowing us to keep the defense on the toes with run, pass, and play action. So you know, TB did a great job of you know, how getting the offense going and positive.
So yeah, so that was some locker room, some post game clips from the locker room. All right. Man, I'll tell you, it was fun. It was fun, and I know we didn't get the dub, and I'm frustrated about it. But man, there were so many good things. You're like, damn, this is why it's imperative. This is why it's imperative that you take care of all the little things. Okay. Now the Bears. So now, if you don't think Minnesota's going to be looking at that, say, especially after the Green Bay, he's, you know, low trajectory. Okay, well, you got some work to do. You got some work to do, but I'm looking forward. I love, you know, we're all Bears fans here. And I want to see this team be good. I want to see this team be relevant. I want to see him be relevant. You know, it's like there's so much talent here. that I need them to be relevant. Love it. But let me tell you this. You can't sit there and lament this anymore. So I hope Eberflus has said, hey, after they watch film today, we're done with this. Right? We're on to Minnesota. He's got to have that freaking Bill Belichick mindset. We're on to the next week. We're on to the next week. He's got to have it. He's got to instill it in his players, because the only thing that shook this locker room up was the firing of Shane Waldron. Because had they kept him, they might have lost this game. Well, they did lose it, but they might have lost it worse. It might not even have been a contest. So hopefully this shakeup doesn't stop with that much better performance on this offense this week. I hope it extends in the next week. And I think it will, because I think they believe now. I feel that they're more comfortable, more confident in their play caller. All right. I think they feel more confident in him. And there's nothing like when you're confident in your play caller. You said you wanted to see that Swift run? Here we go. Here we go.
Here's Swift. Got the great block outside. One man to beat. Swift. Foot race. Touchdown, Chicago.
Watch the tackle.
Here's Swift.
Here comes it out. Bam!
Got the great block outside. One man to beat. Swift. Foot race. Touchdown, Chicago.
One more time. That was a great block. And Braxton Jones fought him to stall him into the end zone. Look, he pulls.
Here's Swift.
Here.
Got the great side. One man to beat. Swift. Touchdown, Chicago.
That's beautiful. That is beautiful. That clip courtesy of Fox and Man. When we like, oh, snap. DC checking in. What's up, Papa? How are you? It says Blues Turtles again. Go for it on fourth down, please. The O was cooking. He said, I'm glad we didn't get embarrassed. Thank you, T. Brown. Yeah. Cornelius says, Coach Brown can relate to the players because he's an alpha too. I agree. He's got a quiet demeanor about him, the way he talks, but he demands the room. DC and Derek Carter, first of all, thank you for checking in, Papa. I appreciate it. He had the quickest release yesterday of all the quarterbacks that played. Well, the one thing that they did is we talked about, they married the routes. So there's so many times, and not all the time, but there are so many times where he took 1, 2, 3, bounce, throw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, bounce, throw. We saw it. I just showed you on the drive, the 4th and 3 to Odunze. It was 1, 2, 3, bounce, throw, hit him on the back shoulder. And then with the next play to Caleb, from Caleb to Keenan Allen, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, bounce, throw. All right, you're getting the ball out quickly. That's what Thomas Brown said he was going to do. He did it a lot yesterday. Let's do it more. This O-line. You've got to continue to stay committed to the run. This O-line gets better and better. Swift gets better and better. You saw it. I just showed you the run. It was it was nothing crazy. It wasn't a pin, pull, get out. No, it was a toss. You pull the tackle. He knocked the shit out of the DB, filling the hole. Spun his ass around. And you heard it. That's the cool part. You heard the smack. Let them do that. Let them continue to do that. Stay committed to the run game. Stay committed to the run game. That's the only thing I asked Thomas Brown. And it sounds like I'm being contradictory because I want Caleb to throw the ball deeper, but only after you establish the run. Only after you establish the run. Throw the ball deep. Listen, why? Why do we not throw the ball? I was telling the guy again, I was sitting next to a guy named Chris. He runs the website for Fox 32, all the sports. So everything he was doing was uploading to Fox 32. I was telling him, why? I was like, why are we running the ball more? I'm like, why? Why are we not sticking with the run? DC said Caleb didn't get sacked to the last drive. No, he was sacked once before. Then he got sacked 2 times in a row. When you get these guys out playing and not thinking, I get it. You're trying to be conservative, and this is the argument for having a defensive head coach or against having a defensive head coach. You're more conservative because you understand. As opposed to an offensive coach, you're more aggressive. But I'll tell you what, there was 35 rushes yesterday. No, they didn't have that many. What do they have? Hold on. I'll tell you what they had yesterday. It wasn't the 135, that's for sure. 34. A lot of that was Caleb, though. I'm talking run. 14 by DeAndre, 9 by Caleb, 10 by Roshan, 1 by DJ. Yeah. But those runs for Caleb weren't, a lot of them weren't called. A couple were, but a lot weren't. I want 35 yards, 35 carries from the running backs. But you're close, DC. They had 34 total rushes. Total rushes. And I'm okay with that. I want more, but I'm okay with that. Because now if you're going to start presenting yourself as a threat in the run game, now you're cooking with gas. That's how we led the NFL in rushing 2 seasons ago with Justin. When Justin was part of the run game, we saw how special he could be. Now, Caleb's not a dynamic runner as Justin, but that doesn't mean he's not an athlete. He is. You saw him running for first downs. He said in the presser, he said he missed Keenan Allen on one because he said the lane just opened up. There was no one there. He's like, oh, snap, and just took off. He said he could have thrown it to Keenan. He said, but he ran for the first down instead because it just opened up. And I get it. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Because once you start making yourself known as a runner, you're going to have a spy on you. And that's okay. Because if they have a spy on you, guess what? He's not in the secondary. He's not in coverage. So now the holes in the zones are going to be bigger. If you're in man, if they're in man, there's going to be a lot more open space to run because there's one less guy back there. So I like the fact that he ran. I like the fact that he slid, gets the first down, slides. Apparently those slip and slides practices worked really well. But Caleb is developing nicely. Now turn it up a notch. Let take the training wheels off, Coach Brown. Let him, and remember, he said, I don't need you to be Superman all the time, just when necessary. Okay, Let him be Superman when necessary. Let him get crazy when necessary. And don't hold him back. You see how much better Caleb played. Not a lot was on his plate. Yeah, because you ran the ball. The God blessed ball. And guys, that game went fast. I was telling Chris, was it me or this? It was 1 o'clock and it was halftime. Like the whole first half was over in less than an hour. I was like, damn. Because you're running the ball. Shorten the game. Win. This is how we win. We're going to run the ball, play action third down, take some shots throughout the game. This team can still, it's going to be tough. You can still get close to double-digit wins. We got 7 games left. We win 5 of them, that's 9. We've got to have an improvement from last year. Shorty, huh? Shorty says every game seems to go by fast this entire season. No, he didn't have a lot of changes at the line, but at third down to Rome, he saw the pressure. He saw the pressure. He saw the pressure and audible. Saw the pressure and audible. I loved it. I was like, excellent, excellent, excellent. Watch. Peep this. I'll show this to you. Here we go. If you watch this, he sees the pressure. Okay? He sees him, and he audibles. Watch. All right? He sees him coming. Easy. He walks up. Okay, here we go. Check. Gets everybody in spots. Does Cole Kmet stay in? Cole Kmet stays in. All right? He audible to a 7-man protection. That was Keenan's. Look at that again. Because look at Cole Kmet right here. Look at Cole Kmet. Easy, Caleb says. Easy. Comes in, look at Cole Kmet, points to somebody. I got him. Darnell Wright says, I got him. Cole says, I got him. Back stays home. 7-man protection. Boom. Get that ball out. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Throw. Watch his feet work. And you heard it when you heard it live. Easy. So that's very well. Watch his footwork, though. Here, watch his footwork. Gets 7-man protection. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7. Boom. Quick. Great stuff. That was awesome. Okay, that was awesome. So there's a lot that we've seen. From Caleb. Oh, yeah, Shawn, awesome. And that's dope. That's dope. Ball control offense makes the game go faster. It does. Yeah, DC, it was awesome because you're starting to see the guy get it. He gets it. And, you know, what I said before, remember Coach Eberflus says, oh, we throw a lot at him. And he's picked it up. Yeah, he was still confused. When you got to understand, you can't. What you need to do is initially put in the basics. Your staple, your 5 to 10 staple plays. 5 to 10 staple plays that you know when the shit hits the fan, you're coming back to one of these plays. And you got to rep it and rep it and rep it and rep it. And then every week you add something different. Okay, because now once you have your base down, It's easy. That's not going anywhere. Now, instead of we're going to have the same look, but now we're going to add a twist. But when you throw everything at once, it's counterproductive, I think. I think it's counterproductive. Luis Mejia's in the house. Rise and grind, Papa. The prayers and thanks to Enrique Martinez and family. Remembrance and services taking place right now in St. Rita. That's right. The officer who was shot and killed last week. Services are at St. Rita High School, St. Rita Chapel at the high school going on right now. Thoughts and prayers to his family. So I'll tell you what. People might. Here's what's going to happen. They keep playing like this, they're going to win some games. They're going to win some games. They're going to win some games. I think Minnesota's beatable in two of them. I still think for some reason we play well against Detroit. We might have a chance. We'll see how that goes. We play Green Bay again up there. San Fran. I can't wait. I should be at that. I'll be at that game. I don't know if I'll be covering it or not. I'm going to make sure I get some credentials for that one. And in Seattle, you can win some games. You play the way you played yesterday. If they continue to play that with better offensive line play throughout the game, we're going to win a hell of a lot more than you think. We're going to get that 6 wins, 6 out of 7. And you think I'm crazy. But the way that the game was called yesterday, allowed Caleb to do a lot of good stuff. They didn't ask him to do a lot of stuff, just like Coach Brown said. I'm not going to ask him to do it every play. He ran the ball. I would have liked it more. He hit some key shots. Derek Carter says, I don't trust the situational coaching by Flus. Yeah, I think he did a good job yesterday. Threw a challenge flag when he needed to throw it. I didn't have any issues with him yesterday, and I've been very critical of him. Luis says, I was watching the game with my nephew, and we were big win. We just dropped to the floor. Oh, but it was a good game. Yeah. We heard a boom, boom. Hit the double thud. Not good. Not good on a punt. Not good on a field goal or extra point. Not good at all. The double thud. DC, I hear you and I understand it. But remember, he's still, this is his first gig. And I know it's year 3. I think you get better. But what I wanted to say was, if this offense, guys, if we win 4 or 5 of the next 7 games, they're keeping Eberflus. They're keeping Eberflus. You know why? Because if we win 4 or 5 of the next 7 games, guess what? That means Caleb is going to progress. And you are not going to get another head coach with another offensive coordinator because you found an offensive coordinator connects with. An offensive coordinator that's able to extract the best out of Caleb. And you're not going to get rid of him. You're not going to fire Eberflus to make Thomas the head coach. Happening. It's not happening. One of the things that I'm really concerned about is this defense. And I know they're down. They're compromised. No Billings, that was a big part of this defensive line and why the back 7 or the front 7 were so good, or the front 7 were so good. But one of the things that I'm really frustrated about, the Montez Sweat situation. What situation is that, you ask? The fact that I haven't heard him get any sacks. I haven't heard him stripping the sack, strip, force fumble. I haven't heard his name called on a regular basis. I haven't heard his name called in crunch time. That situation. That's the situation. Homie, you just got $96 million. You just got $96 million. I better hear your ass. I better hear your name called on the PA system a few times. A few times. Let's see what he had. Montez Sweat, 1 tackle. $98 million. You have as many tackles as Noah Sewell, Darrell Taylor, Chris Williams, Travis Homer. You had 1 tackle. That's not going to get it done. And I get it. You're the man. But guess what? Chris Williams better start having some sacks. We better start getting some other guys who are getting one-on-ones. Because I don't see, and I have not heard Montez Sweat's name most of the year. That is a problem. Off the dub says, no, Flus must go. We're in a losing streak to get rid of him now. I hear you. But what if this losing streak turns around? We shouldn't have lost that game yesterday. If we beat Green Bay yesterday, man, all of a sudden things change. We were right there. Again, I'm not really worried about or scared or overly concerned with Minnesota. That's 2 wins. We got the Lions twice. We play them well. We split there. We got Green Bay at the end of the year. I think that's going to be another story. And then San Fran and Seattle. How do we handle those 2 teams? Derek Carter says, shit, Shawn, that's exactly what needs to be done. Bye-bye, Flus. Hello, T. Brown. Yeah, I don't know if you're just going to do that. It's tough. Luis, he said, when is Brisker coming back? Well, you put him on IR, which means he's out for 4 weeks, minimum 4 weeks. So at least he'll be out 3 more weeks, minimum. So, yeah, Brisker will be gone for a minute. Anywhere in the press box, is Sweat playing still hurt? Yeah, I think so. But come on, man. Like, shin? For real? It's not a shoulder. It's not a knee, ankle, elbow. Your shin? Ice that joker. Come on, man. Really? Your shin? Michonne, you and me both. Michonne Wall said, I'm worried about the Bears' lack of a pass rush. Yes. Yes. That's what I was saying. I have not heard Montez Sweat's name all year. You got a couple sacks, but like, damn, dude. 96 million is what you're doing? Is how it is? King Booker World. So I think Eberflus is out regardless. DC says, the players are playing not to get embarrassed, not to keep Flus. The locker room is lost, in my opinion. I think so too, but I think the rejuvenation of having Thomas Brown as the play caller, that could change things a lot. Marshawn Wall said, I'm using the famous quote from the coach, Ditka. This team will not win another game, and I disagree. Shorty says, for whom? Well, there's a lot of good head coaches out there. Hey, you bring me a Mike Vrabel. Talked about him. But we also talked about their unwillingness to hire coaches who are seasoned, who will take the shine and the spotlight away from the general managers. These general managers, they're very vain. It's got to be all about me. And to sit there and say it's a collaboration, but it's got to be all about me leading that collaboration. Because you go get a Mike Vrabel, you're going to get a guy who's going to run this thing run this organization cracking the whip. All right? He's not going to put up with nonsense. All right? Fundamentally sound. He's got a bigger name, bigger cachet than Ryan Poles, the name Ryan Poles. Is he willing to do that? I don't know. Shorty says, well, Floozer, Flus, cannot win on the road, so those games are all losses. So what? We're going to beat the Lions and Seahawks? I'm telling you, there's this. The one thing that I saw yesterday was an offense that was invigorated. If they can, they might win a couple games on the road. We got to go to Green Bay. Got to go to San Francisco. Got to go to Minnesota. Green Bay, San Francisco, Minnesota, Detroit. For the next 7 games on the road. Are they all on Sundays? No, one's a Monday night game, if I'm not mistaken. Minnesota. So we're going to see. We're going to see. Can he win? Why do you say that? The Niners aren't really, they're not world beaters. They are not world beaters. The Niners are 5-5. They're a game ahead of us. I know we're 6-4 or 4-6, but if we win one game, we're 5 and we lose. We're 5-5. Did you see Seattle play yesterday? We are in trouble. No, let me see what. Seattle. See, 20. Yeah. Seattle and Niners. Geno Smith scored a 13-yard scramble with 12 seconds remaining. Visiting Seattle. Snapped a 6-game losing streak against San Francisco. Okay. Lions are 9-1. Yes, they are. And I'll tell you what. Let me tell you something. You guys might be right here because I tell you what, Dan Campbell is not going to stop running that football. Dan Campbell is not going to stop running that football. Now with David Montgomery, who loves to play against the Bears, and Jahmyr Gibbs, he is not going to stop running. They both have 100 yards yesterday? Let me check. Let me tell you, they are not going to stop running that football. And with run stopper, Billings out, if you don't think that he knows that he smells blood in the water, you're crazy. You're crazy. Lions have won 8 in a row, 9 of their first 10 in the season for the first time since 1934. So was last year was the tease? And this year's for real, for real? Look, no, for real, for real. I'm trying to see where the rushing yards. I got to go to the box score because I want to find out. I need to find out how much they're going to stay. Here we go. Detroit, Jacksonville. 15 for 75, 11 for 69. Montgomery, 15 carries, 75 yards. Jahmyr Gibbs, 11 for 69. Reynolds, 2 for 21. About 150 yards on the ground between over there. Dan Campbell's not going to stop running that ball. Shorty, which one in away game? Which game are you talking about? Coaching does matter. Coaching does matter. Yes, it does. The Niners. Yes, the Niners are in Frisco. Yeah, I'll be at that game. Thank goodness. DC says the 49ers are getting healthy. If they are, yeah, it'll be tough. King Booker Will says, who predicted the 49ers downfall? This guy. Yeah, they were in a situation. The guys were hurt. Off the Dub says the line's going to be blitzing Caleb a lot. We better have our short slot routes available on point. Yes. DC says Derek Carter said Detroit also Detroit teams. Yeah, they do. They're trying to make sure. They're trying to make a statement. Say, hey, listen, this is what we about. Yeah, the Niners the away game. Yes, the Niners it's in San Fran, December 8th. So he's like loss. Oh man. Yeah, Michonne says the Vikings blitz more than any team in the NFL. Yeah. Brian Flores. Welcome to the NFL. You're getting because Green Bay didn't blitz a lot yesterday. They didn't bring a lot of extra pressure. I don't know what that was about. But anyway, guys, 2 hours is come and gone. I want to thank you guys for joining in. I appreciate it, man. Everyone in the chat had this thing jumping. Michonne, Mr. Shorty, Derek Carter, Off the Dove, King Booker World, Junior. I said Michonne. Who else? Off the Dove, Luis Mejia checking in. Beautiful. Brandon Schutz in the house. Plank was in the house. I think I said Off the Dub. Levette Lee was in the house. Jason was in the house. My man Armando Emeterio Lara Jr. was in the house. Joseph Archer was in the house. That's what I'm talking about. Paul Shorty. Yeah. All these people in the house. That's awesome. Junior. Seriously, everyone in the chat, when Shawn and I played on the Chargers, Shawn was the guy to lean on in crunch time. He'd either run it or he was the best pass-catching running back. Thanks. So everybody in the chat, I appreciate the love and the support. Guys, have a phenomenal day. I know it's going to be tough. It's starting to rain already out here in Orland Park. It's probably raining in the city. Just a dreary, dreary day because the Bears came up short yesterday. And not that they came up short, it's how they came up short. That was the biggest, that was the toughest, I think the toughest issue for us to swallow. All right, it's how they lost it. All right, so guys, have a phenomenal day. Do me favors. Set up sometime or make a phone call, a text, a voice memo, something to one of your peoples. All right, let them know you love them. As I tell you all the time, tomorrow is promised to no one. All right, make sure that you go out of your way to reconnect with people and let them know that you love them. All right. Patty, I forgot to say thank you, Patty, for checking in. Michonne said it's raining in the Shy. Okay. Okay. Well, guys, this will replay tonight at 6 p.m. At 12:15, we have Second City Sports with Lakina and Sydney. All right. They'll take it on a 2-hour voyage of more Chicago sports. So for everyone here at Sports Zone Chicago, guys, I'm your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra. Guys, have a phenomenal day. Your boy is out.